Hello, my fellow flawless, limitless, sexy, sassy, saucy HBICs. How are you on this lovely morning, afternoon, or evening? How are you all? I hope you're all doing fabulous. I hope you're all choosing to be the versions of self that have exactly what you want. I hope that's what you're doing. But anyway, if you're not, this video is definitely for you. This video is for you. Let me jump in really quick. If you need help figuring out what's going on between you and your manifestation, please feel free to email me at manifestingwithkimberly@gmail.com. All of my coaching options are in the drop box below. They're in the screens that just went by. I have 3 channel memberships where I go live with my channel members in a Zoom call 3 times a week, every single week. And here's the thing. If you join the VIP Advanced Manifestors group, that's the group that has access to all 3 channel memberships. That's the group that literally will go live with me in a Zoom call 3 times a week, every week. The Advanced Manifestors is the group where we go live together on Tuesday evenings at 8 p.m.-ish Eastern Standard Time. That's the group where we deep dive manifestation. We're going to read all the books, lectures, or whatever the hell we want to deepen our knowledge and belief and trust in manifestation. That's the group to come to when you really want to learn and understand for yourself, so you can stop being afraid of that damn 3D. Or stop being afraid that it's never going to change to what you want. That's a group for you. You want to come to that group. We don't talk circumstances in that group. We only talk knowledge about manifestation. On Tuesdays, we also have the exclusive lives group. That is at 9:30 p.m.-ish Eastern Standard Time. That group is for success stories and tips and tricks and zhuzhing only. Also, no circumstances. It is success stories only. That's group. It's really good. And it's crazy, off the chain, amazing. My God, lately, I can't. I have no words for the amount of successes that are coming through that group. I'm so proud of my manifestor bestie HBICs. So proud of them all. But if you want to get in on that energy and, be a success yourself, why don't you join that group? Just saying. And lastly, I have the Friday 9 a.m.-ish Eastern Standard Time hot seat group. That's the group where you can get into the hot seat and ask me anything you want regarding your circumstances or just manifestation questions in general. We have a good time in the channel memberships. That's all I'm going to say. It is amazing. Join the Advanced Manifestors. That's the one where you get, like I said, you get to come to all 3 groups and you're the only one that has all the access to all the recordings for all 3 groups. The Advanced Manifestors, just saying. Okay, all paid channel members do get 20% off coaching. Okay, all right. If you're new here, how you doing? I'm Kimberly, and I'm obsessed with getting what I want. And I like knowing everything there is to know about manifestation. And if that interests you, and you want to manifest, and manifest quickly, but thoroughly, then why don't you subscribe and come back and see me? Because that's what I'm helping you do. I'm just saying, you manifested me. You manifested encountering me. Yes, you did. Yeah, you did. That's why it popped up. Inspired action. Just saying. So you might as well subscribe. You might as well. All right. So let's jump in. I got an amazing question that I was not able to answer in one of my live streams recently, and I would like to answer it now. I think it's going to help all of you. Oh my gosh. I understand this question so much because I felt like this more than once on my journey. How do I let go of the fear of going all in with SP and not being disappointed or delusional? Scared that LOA is just wishful thinking sometimes. My heart, I wish I had the time to have answered that during that live stream because I relate to it. And I hope this video is the video that's going to make you feel better about going all in, okay? But for anybody out there, if you yourself have questioned whether you should give up on what you're manifesting because you just don't trust it, And you're afraid. You're afraid of getting your heart hurt. The fear of being disappointed. And when I don't care what anybody says, when we are manifesting a person, love, or honestly health, and really anything, any manifestation, we can get that kind of a feeling for. That fear of being let down, it is so palpable. It is. But I'm going to tell you right now, I got the potent answer for you. When it comes to manifesting, honey, the truth is, and I'm sure you've already heard this, you don't necessarily have to believe and trust that it's going to work in order for it to work. I myself have experienced manifesting when I was full on doubting. Successfully manifesting, I'm saying. So right off the top, let me hopefully make you feel better with that one. You don't have to truly trust it. You don't. Does it make the journey easier when you trust and believe? Yes. Because it's that ultimate foundation to land on when you are doubting. But fully believing, you don't have to. So don't worry about having to convince yourself that you have to believe at all costs, because it's just not true. It isn't. As far as when it comes to questioning whether we should go all in on manifesting a specific person, granted, who you manifest is your business, right? You don't owe an explanation to anybody what you're manifesting. But when you're questioning whether you should go all in, or are you being delusional, usually there's a fear attached to that. And I mean, outside of the obvious, I'm afraid I won't get it. Is there a reason in 3D you're adding that fear with, on top of just the fear of not getting? Wow, I really said that difficultly, didn't I? I'm wordy today. Is it because of a circumstance in the 3D? Like, so if we're manifesting a specific person in there with a third party, or maybe a specific person has flat out verbalized they're never coming back, or they never want to see you again. Now, I'm sure hearing those words, or even having the knowledge of the third party, that hurts. I know it hurts, and I know that doesn't feel good. I know it doesn't. But here's the thing. Any circumstance you're facing in the 3D, as friggin' twisted as it sounds, can be a part of the unfolding of you actually getting a manifestation. You see, every time you make a decision to be a certain version of yourself, every time you decide, yes, I'm going to do this, yes, I'm going to choose to believe that I am in the reality where I get the relationship I want. Anytime you make that decision, that's an instant shift. You see, but so many people apply logic in moments like that. And they immediately look out in 3D and say, well, SP's got a third party. How was this an instant shift? Believe it or not, that shitty circumstance, that shitty, stupid 3P for being in the equation, if you're choosing to be a version of yourself, that circumstance is absolutely a part of the unfolding. I am certainly not trying to tell you that you have to manifest a third party in order to get your specific person. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there's a reason why people say circumstances don't matter, and it's because they legitimately don't. The beauty of manifestation is we do not have to know, understand, or pre-plan, or be able to see clearly ourselves how a manifestation can happen. That's the beauty of this. That's why it's so freaking magical. It's because you don't have to have it figured out. It doesn't have to make logical sense to you. Of course, in the 3D world, it sounds fucking cuckoo to be sitting over here manifesting someone that you knowingly know they're with someone else. Yeah, in the 3D world, that doesn't make sense. Of course not. But we're not working in the 3D world, and we're not listening to old 3D bullshit to make a decision for ourselves. We don't need the 3D to agree with us in order to get what we want. We don't need anything out here. We need up here. We need a decision. We need a choice. We need a thought. And that's it. Consider that thought, that decision, enough. Everything else will be taken care of for you. So even if you're facing a very logical, shitty circumstance in 3D that absolutely appears like you're never going to get what you want because of this, I really want you to know it doesn't matter what that circumstance is. It just doesn't. Your higher self, if you believe God, universe, your subconscious mind, it sees what you don't see physically in the 3D. It sees the bigger picture that you don't. So any road that leads you to getting what you want, that's already taken care of. It's not like it's being created right now in this moment. Creation is finished. There's a reason why I bring that up relentlessly. It's because that's why you and I don't have to figure out the how. Because creation is finished. A reality is already thought of, planned out. It's already in the existence of consciousness. All set, ready to go, waiting on you. And every time you choose to be a version of yourself, don't you understand that's exactly what happens? You step into that version of yourself. You go to that reality. And that very same circumstance might still be right there. But the road it's on, the road that's moving along, it is different. But you wouldn't ever be able to know that because you don't have that viewpoint. You only have the viewpoint of your senses. And this is another reason, this is exactly why you and I don't have to figure anything out. We just have to keep choosing it for ourselves. Manifestation does not require that you believe and never doubt, as in you believe at 100% and you never have a bad day. That's not a requirement to get your manifestation. If that was a requirement, I would not be living with my specific person. Wouldn't have happened because I doubted a lot. I had shitty days. I've shared that relentlessly. So I'm your proof that it's okay if you're doubting right now. It's okay. I will say that another little tip, this might help you to get around your thinking or the going all in. Use a placeholder. All I mean when I say a placeholder is if right now in this moment you're watching this video and you feel totally delusional, trying to imagine being back with your specific person or manifesting whoever it is you are, then don't imagine their face. Don't include them temporarily in the picture, the visual you're using. Use a placeholder. If for no other reason, just to get you to step into that version of yourself that's in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. Ask yourself the questions, what would my life be like if I was in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship right now in this moment? There's a version of you who already exists, who is that, who believes that, who has no limited beliefs telling a different story. There's a version of you who is all in, who does feel safe and secure. What would that feel like? Comfortable? Secure? Imagine yourself living the life you want. Don't you see that every time you step into imagination, you're there? That's it. Instant. Boom. Done. Your consciousness is not limited to this 3D physical body. Your consciousness is connected to all, to the absolute. So you might have doubts, and that's okay. Maybe it feels too painful to think of your specific person, so don't. Just imagine yourself as being the self in a relationship. I get asked this question, well, Kim, how is the universe or God or my subconscious mind going to know who I want? I bet you can't even think the word specific person without your person popping into your mind. It knows what you want. This isn't about perfection. This isn't about having a perfect visual in order to manifest. This is about you becoming a version of yourself. It's you tapping in to the energy of that self. That's what this is about. So using a placeholder, allowing yourself to see someone else. I used Jason Momoa, and I knew damn well I wasn't manifesting Jason Momoa. But using Jason helped me tap in, and it felt good. This isn't about you chasing feelings. This is just you getting into your imagination, and it really is that simplistic. Imagine your life as being exactly what you want. I cannot say it any other way. And understanding the whole time that there's no perfect time limit to do it. It doesn't matter what time of day you do it. It just matters that you return to it. You come back to it. It's the repetition. And I will tell you that the feelings, the belief, the trust, the all of it will come naturally. You'll see that for yourself. It will come naturally. And everything, the limited beliefs, the fears, the doubts, they will start to slip away with the repetition. Do I suggest you do this every day? Yes. And try and remember that every time you're thinking of your specific person and it hurts, you are remembering a version of them that you no longer want to be with. The version of them that would never hurt you exists too, and that's who you're choosing. So you got to think of it as the version of yourself that you're deciding you are, the you that has the desire. That version of you has already figured out what shit beliefs to throw out because this version of you never had them. So this version of you is already done. It's got all the assumptions and the beliefs that you need to tap into. You need to start deciding it's you. It's already done for you. You're just stepping into it. So, as far as worrying about being disappointed or worrying about being delusional, quite frankly, thoughts like that coming up are normal. Return to your decision to be your new self anyway, despite those thoughts. Do it with repetition. Do it every day. And you'll notice that those, and especially if you're getting hit with a lot of them, they'll start to slip away. But having the occasional doubtful thought, I believe, is quite normal and nothing to fear. And your manifestation is still working. Even if you have moments thinking you're absolutely off the balls wacky for doing this. So on that note, I'll see you tomorrow.